I need me a new intro, not gonna lie, but there will be one soon. And when there's one, you'll see the intro. And so, go to my Discord link in the description and see you later. Summary: Minato is in half Uzumaki and he easily defeated Obito and had enough chakra to stop the Nine Tails claw, and he sealed the Nine Tails like easily with the Uzumaki Fuinjutsu, but depleted a lot of his chakra, leaving him and Kushina in a comprised state. Naruto also has red hair and got bullied even more for basically having tomato hair. 13 years later, Chunin exams. Naruto is gathering chakra as the crowd watches. The outcast, the red-haired Uzumaki, is the boy who kept the spirit of fighting through all the derogatory names, calling him tomato hair. Sometimes even kids brought tomatoes to school, throwing them at him, and the parents encouraged it, so they did even more. In the village outcast, when he found out that he was a Jinchuriki for the Nine Tails, made it worse in his opinion, no, knowing that they were right in a twisted kind of way. He is a demon in a way. But right now, he is facing Hyuga Neji and is gathering chakra and wanted to use some of that Nine Tails power. And then something doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like evil chakra. And then in his stomach, he feels something warm. Not the evil kind of warm, but, well, I don't know. It's just a spirit, you could say, or a feeling. And so then, coming from his chest, golden chain sprouts. And then it surrounds Neji and protects Naruto. And, in a protected manner. And so as Sasuke and Kakashi in the stands appear moments before seeing this shocked, then Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, drops his pipe, and then the Kazekage says, "Is this the legendary chakra chains of the Uzumaki clan? I thought the clan was dead when Kushina Uzumaki died." And Hiruzen nods, "I thought so too." And the Kazekage says, Is he related to Kushina Uzumaki?" And Hiruzen nods. "He is the Uzumaki clan heir." And the Kazekage nods, and while the crowd is in shock, the Jonin knew. And then Kakashi thinks, Kushina-sama's chakra chains. And then the Chunin who you know, like the ones who grade how they do, they comment, "These chains are in his arsenal? Was this part of a plan he made?" They all thought. If so, these chains are a great defense and offense. And they both nod. Wow, the Rookie Nine look in shock. They don't know Naruto was this strong and thought the match was over. But with these chains, it might be over for Neji. And then Naruto looks up with his toothy grin shining, and then he thinks, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna go with it. That's about you. And so, the chakra chains attack Neji as Naruto thinks to attack. And Neji does rotation, and this is an endless fight for Neji because Naruto has basically endless chakra. He isn't losing a lot, and so his fight with Neji is coming down to the wire. And Neji thinks I'm running out of chakra. One rotation will knock me out. And so then Neji thinks I'll have to rush him in one go. And so once Neji sees an opening, he attacks Naruto with the open palm strike for his chest. And so the crowd sees, and they're like, he's aiming for the chest. Is he trying to kill him? And so then right before Neji can palm strike his chest, a chain appears. A chain? Neji thought, but then this chain surrounds Neji. and it sucks Neji of his chakra. And Neji thinks, "How am I my chakra?" And so then Neji passes out, thinking maybe he is right. Maybe not all the main branch is bad. And Naruto pants a little but smiles. He had to bring out a lot more chakra to get that one chain out for some reason. And so he Hiruzen smiles, but as his Hokage personality takes in, frowns. It said that the chakra chains could defeat a person with the three Tomoe Sharingan. And he he thinks this is bad. How will they control the Naruto if Naruto has this much power? And so then Naruto walks up and he smiles. Then Kakashi arrives, a friend of Naruto, narrowing his eye at Naruto, thinking that he hid this from his team, not trusting them enough. And so then he says, "Where did you get that power?" And his other goal is to make Sasuke stronger, because to control the Nine Tails. And so Naruto grins, shrugging. "I don't know. Let me try it again," he grins. As chains surround his hand, Kakashi widens his eyes. He really has it. And Naruto looks starstruck at the golden chains. Then Naruto goes to a spot. Rest of the matches go the same, but in a abandoned hospital room. While a man and woman awakes, and then they sit up, and the two people chakra has been refueled with people pumping chakra into them for the last 13 years of their life. And they leave the room to see a bland room with the TV, and then they see the boy, Naruto Uzumaki. And then the red-haired woman says, "No, Naruto? That name sounds familiar," she says as she stood up. And so then the fourth Hokage says, "Naruto! Naruto! Naruto!" And so then the red-haired woman says, "What is it, Minato Baka?" And so the man grins, "Naruto Uzumaki, our child." And Kushina smiles brightly. It says, "That's great, Minato. Our baby is alive still." And they both nod. And so then the fourth Hokage smiles at his wife and says, "Let's go see his match in real life, or in person." And they leave to go watch the match. But then as they jump over a forest, they see a whole platoon of attacking ninja surrounding the area. And at this type of Fuinjutsu looks like summoning. And so then Minato says, "I got this," holding out 3 Fuinjutsu written kunai. And so then in the flash, Minato disappears. As Kushina hears screams as the ninjas get massacred by the yellow flash. And so then Minato destroys the summoning. And while Kushina looks in the area, and then she sees a suspicious Ambu healing this girl and just got finished, as the Inuzuka and the Hyuga looking girl walks away. And so Kushina wonders, I didn't know Ambu were so good at medical ninjutsu. The only people with that good are Shizune and Tsunade." And so then she thinks that Ambu might be a spy. And so then she smiles, gets behind him, and so then she grabs her kunai from her pocket, and then with the blunt of the kunai, hits the back of the Ambu head, and then ties him up with her chakra chains. And so then she sits down, And Minato arrives at the same spot as her, sitting down also. And he's not in his 4th Hokage uniform right now. As they sit down in the stands, they they see the boy Sasuke Uchiha, the last Uchiha, and so Kushina says, "Wait, what about Makoto?" And so Minato smiles. I heard the clan got I mean, he doesn't smile. He like, gives a fake smile. Um, I heard the boy Itachi, and so Kushina widens. Yes, I remember Itachi, and then he looks sad. He slaughtered his whole clan, and Kushina looks in horror. The whole clan, and so Minato nods, and Kushina nods saddened, and then Minato says, "It's going to be all right." And Kushina nods and says, "Well, did she take care of Naruto?" And Minato looks at her. Kushina, no, I'm sorry. And Kushina nods. She, she's angry, saddened. All her, all her friends didn't care to take care of her son. And Minato probably feels the same with his friends in the Leaf. They betrayed him and his family. And so, yeah. And so as Kakashi saves his student, as Gaara defeated him, they say Shino versus Naruto Uzumaki and Tamari of the desert, and Gaara versus Gaara of the desert. And Naruto walks out as Shino does too. Naruto, when the match starts, makes 20 shadow clones and grins, and he thinks, "I'm gonna use those cool chains Tatabayo." And so then he starts using the chains, and Kushina in the stands gets excited. "Minato, I'm glad he got our family chakra chains." And Minato nods, saying, "Yeah, that's great." And so Minato also smiles. Maybe if you become his new Jonin sensei, you could teach him about the Uzumaki clan, and we can both teach him our Fuinjutsu arts together. And Kushina nods, saying, "I will." And Minato smiles, "And I'll teach him the Rasengan. And maybe he'll learn to find Raji." And Kushina nods. And Minato and Kushina wants Naruto to learn their arts because literally, okay, Naruto is their legacy. Like if I have to explain it to you, Dodos, they want their legacy to live on. Like Minato wants Naruto to be the next Yellow Flash, and Kushina wants Naruto to be the next Red Habanero, or for Naruto's case, the Red Flash. But anyways, Naruto rushes with his clones at Shino, and then some of his clones jump up in the air, sprouting chains. And so as the chains attack Shino, um, the clones have an idea to wrap the chains on the ground, and as the chains go past any insect, the chakra of that insect gets disappears. They basically die because the chains are like a chakra sucker, and it takes it. It takes the chakra, and so then Shino gets a hit on Naruto, a surprise hit, and so then Shino swarms bugs all around Naruto, and in the pit of Naruto, a dark cave. Evil chuckling appears. The nine-tailed fox. And he says, "Huh, I've always wanted to do that to Aburame again. I missed that when they tried to surround me in those disgusting bugs." And so then he says, So then the Nine Tails pours tons of chakra into the boy. And as the bugs surround Naruto trying to eat his chakra, red surrounds his chakra points. I don't have COVID, okay? Don't have COVID. The the bugs get burned into a red mist. And Shino and the Albarame clan looks in horror. The all who fought the Nine Tails and are still alive remember how the Nine Tails did that. And they see that the boy has a great power, even more than they thought. If he's able to just stop their bugs with just that, he's too powerful in their analytical minds. And so Naruto goes on to do the Uzumaki barrage to Shino, knocking him out. Now they get a 30-minute break as well you get a 30-minute break. Naruto gets ready and does his plan, and Gaara sand attacks. And when Orochimaru tried to signal, nobody attacked, so Orochimaru just had to lay low to find out what's going to happen, and decides at the end of it all, he's going to trap the third Hokage and kill him. And so yeah. So right now, Naruto versus Gaara. Naruto gets ready in his plan, and so Gaara Saiyan attacks, but chains sprout from Naruto all around him, and so then the chains protect Naruto from that sand, basically taking over the chakra of that sand, making Gaara have to try to get the sand back using his chakra through other sand, which makes Gaara think more and use the sand more, which depletes more of Gaara's chakra. But then his demon Shukaku pumped chakra into him. So then Gaara easily gets his sand back and charges Naruto, hitting him with his tail back. Naruto hisses in pain, and so then dark chakra starts surrounding Naruto. And so Naruto attacks Gaara with more fervor. As they fight with basically the Jinchuriki fight in all the Shinobi's eyes, as they found out that Naruto is the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. I mean, if they see Demon Chakra though, they're gonna figure it out. I mean, as they do, well, basically when that happens, well, people connect the dots and are afraid that they're going to die from this battle, and so then Gaara, his sand starts raising up as he goes into the dead possum jutsu. Naruto sees in horror and then thinks, I have to use Jiraiya Sensei's toads. And so then he says, Hitsutori, I don't care. But then he says, summoning jutsu! As a big frog appears. And so, well, a toad, whatever. As the toad and the thing has the same battle, the Jonin create a barrier, the leaf Jonin create a barrier as the sand ninja and the stands attack, but they get taken down easily by the Jonin since it's not endless amount. They get taken down quickly and vastly, and Minato takes down Gaara's sensei fast. Baku, I think, I'm not sure. I think it's Baku, I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah. And so then that's when Orochimaru attacks, and since the Jonin had up the barrier, he gets trapped, And while Naruto is having his fight with Shukaku, Hiruzen unfortunately dies. And so, after Hiruzen dies, 1 week later, Naruto wakes up in the hospital to a smiling blonde hair and a red-haired woman. And then they say, "Hey kid, we have to talk." They smile, and Naruto sits up. And then they take a deep breath. "Where are your parents?" And Naruto punched the man in the face. "Stop lying to me. My parents are dead." And so then the man smiles and says, "No, actually, we were stuck in a coma for 13 years, and I'm the fourth Hokage, and why wouldn't your father trust anybody but his own blood to carry the burden of the Nine Tails?" And Naruto widens his eyes and punches the man again. "Why'd you leave me?" And he says, he jokes, he says awkwardly, I can't be with you in the coma." And Naruto glares at him, but concedes. And so Minato says, "We can be your parents again. Just wait till after we announce ourselves at the inauguration." And Naruto nods and smiles. And Minato grins. "And I'll teach you everything me and your mother knows." And Naruto smiles, and the red-haired woman says, "I'm so glad you got my hair," bluntly. And Naruto and Minato sweat drops at that claim, but they smile as the family has reunited. The inauguration. Minato grins, "I'm back and better than ever." As the crowd cheers for the from the fourth Hokage awakening, but some of the crowd got a little too rowdy and says, "Hey, fourth Hokage, are you gonna finish off the demon?" And that sets off a tick in Minato per se. And so then Minato says, "How dare you?" And so then the crowd looks taken aback, and he says, "How dare you say something about my son? I was going to announce it, but seeing how you guys treat my own flesh and blood, is this the leaf I protected?" And so then the crowd is taken aback, and then Minato says, "He is Naruto Uzumaki is my son. Kushina Uzumaki is my wife, and he has her chakra chains, and he is her son. That's how he's an Uzumaki." And the crowd looks in shock, and so then the crowd nods and says, "Sorry to the boy in this crowd, but some spies or ninja from like the rock in the cloud wanting to see who's the new Hawkage attacks the fourth Hokage's legacy, but a red-haired woman appears, knocks them both out, and they get taken to headquarters." But Minato says, "I think they're gonna find out anyways, honey." And so she nods, but as they can take some research from them, they take them in. And so as Naruto gets settled in the Hokage house for like a week, or the Hawkeye Manor, Minato basically he announces to the Team 7 that Team 7 or Naruto is disbanded, or something, like he's leaving, and he will be placed under Kushina Uzumaki, and as he became a Chunin, how he fought in the Chunin exams. And the team nods, and so Minato says, "Well, for now, Naruto, you will be heading with Jiraiya to find Lady Tsunade to start that medical division my wife says that she's trying to make. And so they all nod. Well, they split ways, with Sakura happy that she doesn't have to deal with Naruto, and Sasuke conflicted. When they get back, Tsunade becomes the head of the medical division, and Minato lets her put in motion her one medical ninja per squad training, and she takes men and women from each squad, including Ambu squads. And when they have their off time, or they have time at all, Minato has her train them, and Minato stops Itachi and kills him his single handedly because he has to find Rajan seal on Kakashi, and he just takes them down. He doesn't take them down as they retreat to tell their boss that the fourth Hokage is back. And with the fourth Hokage back, they basically have to stay away from the leaf for a while. And so, with that, this episode ends. And so, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It goes practically the same. So, see you guys later. Before I leave, shout out to Internatsu for the clips and stuff. I'm sorry I didn't actually use it, but I don't care. And so, I hope you guys have a great day. And this is Future signing respectfully. And so, I hope you guys liked it. And please like and subscribe. And go to my Discord. Link in the description below. See you guys later.